mega resorts, mile-long gondolas, ski-out condos, expert skiers, and uber-wealthy snobs. That's not what this video is about. This video is more about the heart and soul of skiing, where average skiers, and let's be honest, average is probably pretty generous, enjoy a small family-owned resort. Join us as we escape the dressed-up mega resort scene and dive into a ski culture that aligns better with the laid-back atmosphere we wanted this weekend. Just to be clear, we've been fortunate enough to spend considerable time at the mega resorts, and we look forward to skiing them more in the future. But sometimes that's just not what we're looking for. There's something inviting about the smaller, family-owned ski areas that captivates us, like the authenticity, the camaraderie, and the genuine love for the sport. On this trip, we visited a longtime favorite of ours, Loveland Ski Area. Loveland Ski Area is in the Colorado Arapahoe National Forest and has been owned by a Texas family for over 50 years now. With an average snowfall of well over 400 inches a year, it's no surprise we had pretty good conditions this weekend. Loveland is small compared to many of the other big resorts in the Rockies, but it still offers a lot of excellent terrain. The ski resort is split into two separate areas. The east part, called Loveland Valley, is geared towards beginners. I'm sure it's inconvenient if you want to ski at both areas, but providing spatial separation between people learning and the more advanced skiers is a great benefit. The main ski area, what Loveland calls the Basin, sits atop the east end of Eisenhower Tunnel. The Basin has 7 lifts, all of which more or less funnel back into the main lodge area. To return to the base directly from Lift 8, you must navigate a short and somewhat challenging run before skiing through an access tunnel under I-70. With the exception of one lift, all are fixed constant speed lifts. This, coupled with their relatively short length compared to other resorts, likely contributes to Loveland's lack of congestion and typically short lift lines. Their high-speed lift leaves the base and provides access to some expert, intermediate, and an easy run. It also provides easy access to Lift 6, as well as Ptarmigan, which up until recently was the second half of Lift 2. This area has a lot of fun blue runs, mostly groomed, but a few ungroomed as well. Lift 6 runs alongside a terrain park. They don't have any jumps or a half pipe, but they have lots of rails, boxes, and other features along those lines. They also have plenty of beginner stuff for people like me to dork around on. Lifts 4 and 8 provide excellent opportunities for ungroomed skiing above timberline. Lift 4 exemplifies how certain areas of Loveland's terrain can be affected by wind, sometimes resulting in some windswept areas. Nonetheless, when conditions are optimal, this area offers exceptional skiing experiences. The runs between lifts 4 and 8 get fairly steep and challenging, making it a bit of a pain to get back to the base from lift 8 if you want an easy route. Lift 8 is one of my favorite areas. It offers a good mix of the kinds of runs that I enjoy and feels a bit more secluded. In more recent years, they've built a cabin with restrooms midway down the lift, which is in a pretty sweet spot to take a break, especially if you have your own food and drink. The cabin at 8, as well as Ptarmigan, both have grills out on the deck, which some people use to cook themselves lunch. Lunch is one of the big reasons I love Loveland. Rather than being forced to choose between granola bars on the lift or $25 hamburgers, you have more options. Being able to ski up to your car makes the parking lot a popular option. The parking lot is typically a lively spot with people tailgating, grilling, eating lunch, having a drink, letting their dogs out to stretch their legs, and just socializing. The last lift, Lift 9, pushes you up atop the Continental Divide to 12,700 feet. Currently, it's the second highest lift in North America. When the weather cooperates, it offers great skiing and outstanding views. But be advised, if you're a bad person and walk under the rope from publicly owned national forest to publicly owned national forest to take a picture or two, the mall cops zipping by you on snowmobiles will come assert their dominance. Given its illegal nature, we obviously wouldn't do that, but we may have watched it happen a time or two. For those with both the skills and willingness to put in the extra work to walk, you can access quite a bit of serious terrain and fresh powder on good days from Lift 9. Partway along the ridge is also the pickup point for their snowcat skiing, which offers a ride to more easily access some of this terrain along the ridge. We typically take one of the more average ways down, but this still makes for a great run with outstanding views. The vertical drop at Loveland is small compared to other I-70 corridor resorts, but they still have around 1,800 skiable acres served by the lifts and pretty good terrain diversity. From steep and deep bowls to wide open groomers, classic blacks, and several different styles of tree runs. Later in the season, Loveland typically hosts live music on the weekends and offers a great place to round out the ski day. There's no on-resort lodging, but perhaps not having a little mountain town to kill is one of the things that's kept Loveland free from the corporate consolidation that's gobbled up so many other ski resorts in recent history. We totally understand why everybody doesn't love the little resorts, but that alone makes it better for others that prioritize resort attributes differently. Sometimes, like this weekend that we just showed, we prefer the more down-to-earth experience. Whatever kind of skiing it is you enjoy, we hope you do.
Go out.